Okay, now we are starting back where we left off, and this is going to be hands-on exercises 2. Your file's already open, so you're going to file save database as, and you're going to change this H1 to 2, and you can save it the same place. I'm going to save mine on the desktop, or you can save yours on your flash drive, or if you're at home on your home computer. So I'm going to save. Make sure the first thing you do is enable the content. Now you will be on 555, and in this hands-on section we are going to learn how to use filter by selection with an equal condition, filter by selection with a contains condition, filter by form with a comparison operator, and we're going to learn how to sort a table. Now as you go, it says open the customers table, and the first step is on page 555. We're on step 1, letter B. We're going to open up our customers table, and we're going to navigate to record 4, and we are going to replace Thomas Hardy with our name. So number 4, Thomas Hardy, and you're going to replace that with your name. Oops, I can't spell my name. There we go. Now it says scroll right to the city field. So we're going to scroll right. And the city field is London. And this is still in the 4th record. And the word London has a gold color border because I have selected, and that is my active cell. That is a lot like Excel in that you can see any cell we click in, it will be highlighted, and you'll see above that which column you're in. So now the word London has a gold color border, and we're going to click selection in the sort and filter group. So you see sort and filter, we're still on home. We see selection, and you'll have some options, and the options are going to be associated with London because that is the particular cell you have active. We want to say equals London, and once you toggle that, and when it says toggle, that'll either be turning something on or turning something off. So when it says to toggle, that's what the book is referring to. So we toggled it on, and now we only see the records that have a city of London. Now it says click toggle filter again to reset the filter. So you see toggle filter, and now you have gone back and cleared that selection, and this is no longer highlighted in orange. Now we're going to use filter by selection with a contains condition. So you know how to go in and you filter by an equals. Now that you've gone through Excel, you should have an idea how to search, because we did equal to or greater than. So you have an idea what we use when we're searching for certain criteria. So now we're going to use the filter by selection, and this is on page 556, step 2, and we're in letter A. It says at times you need to print information for the North Wind managers. In this exercise, it says you print your results, but that is not the case. As I always tell you, you do not have to waste your paper or your ink because I am not going to ask for printed documentation. I go in and look at your files, so I do not need them printed. So we're going to click in any field in the contact title column. So any field, and that contains a value of sales representative. First one contains sales representative, so that's the easiest one to select. Now we're going to click the selection on the sort and filter group, and we're going to click contains sales representative. you have applied now a second layer of filtering to the customers in London. So if we go in and we do London, so let's choose London equals London. So now you can see we have London and we have anything that has sales representative in it. Now it tells you to remove this filter and put it back. So now you have seen how to do an equals filter and a contains filter. So close the customers table and click no if it asks you to save. So we're going to click to close it, and no, you do not need to save any of those filters. On step 3 on page 557, you are going to learn how to use filter by form with a comparison operator. Now this step says at Northwind Traders, you're asked to provide a list of records that do not match just one set of criteria. So you use a filter by form to provide the information when 2 or more criteria are needed. And it says you can refer to figure 1.22 as an example, or you can just watch what I'm doing and that'll also give you an example. So we're going to click the tables group. It says to close the tables, and that again depends on how yours is set up. Again, mine shows everything. So I'm going to go to my queries in the navigation pane, and I am going to do order details extended query. For me, it would be under the order information and extended query. Query again looks like the double spreadsheet there. So I am going to open that up, and this will be my query. It says to click advanced in the sort and filter group, so I'm going to go to advanced. Once you click advanced, you're going to go to filter by form. So filter by form, all of the records are now hidden. Don't worry, they're still there, and you can only see field names with the arrow in the first field. We're going to click on the other fields and an arrow appears. See how you click in? And you have a choice. You can pull information. They're all still there. And this is a filter where you can decide what you want to see. So as we go in, we're going to click in the first row under first name. And we're going to click the first name arrow. And select your first name from the list. And now you're going to go to your last name, and you're going to select your last name. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to click in the extended price, and we are going to type in less than sign 50. So this will select all of the items that you ordered where the total was under $50. Says you ignore the arrow and type the expression. So there is an arrow there, but you're using an expression where you can pull certain criteria out of the table. So next it says click the toggle field. Again, that's just turning it on or off. And it only selected all the records that from our particular last name that's left less than 50. So anything's extended price was less than $50. It now is pulled so we can use our query. So a query, when we're querying, it just pulls certain information. So if we have a huge database, then it'll pull the information. One of the examples that's easiest for you to understand where databases are concerned, Facebook is like a huge database. When you go in to search for a certain person, you're searching for criteria to query results. So if I'm looking for one of my friends from, say, high school, back when I rode on the dinosaur, I would search Wilkes Central High School and graduating in 1987. So that would be my criteria. Anybody that went to Wilkes Central High School that graduated in 1987. And it would pull the results, just like this did, of all the people that went to that high school and graduated that particular year. As you well know, Facebook has thousands, even millions at this point, of different people with information. So there's no way you could go single record by record and search for someone. This pulls individual records for you. So the computer looks through all of those records and pulls the certain criteria you're asking for and will give you results. So now you see, and it tells you to print preview. You can print preview, but again, I don't want you to print. So we're going to go in. It says close the order details extended query and click no. So we're going to close it and say no. So you didn't make any changes, but you can see that anytime you want to go pull the information out of those particular areas, you can open that form up. So you open up a query and then you filter by form and it pulls the information that you want to find. Now we're going to learn how to sort a table. We're going to go in. It says your boss at Northwind is happy with your work. However, he would like some of the information to appear in a different order. So we're going to sort the records in the customer table using the boss's new criteria. So now you're on page 559. We're in step 4, letter A. You're going to go to the queries group in the navigation to collapse it. Then you're going to click on the tables, and when it says collapse again, open, close, we're going to go to the customers table. We open up the customers table and it says click any value in the customer ID. So you see customer ID, and we're going to choose descending. So you'll see descending. Now scroll right until you see both the country and city. So I'm going to scroll right and I can see country and city. Click the country column heading. So there's our country column heading. And we are going to choose on the country column heading. It says scroll right until you see both the country and fields. You close the navigation pane. Locating the fields on the far right will be easier. So we're going to click on the country column heading, and that's what I did. It says check to make sure you see the thick blue line to drag the country field to the left until the thick black line moves between the city and the region fields. So we're going to go in, and it's telling you to move this. So we clicked any value in the customer. We got that. We went through and we went descending. Now we go to the country column heading. Once you choose that, all of it's selected. Click the country column heading again and hold down the left mouse key. And it says to make sure you see the thick blue line. And we're going to drag the country field to the left until the thick black line moves between the city and region. So you'll see this is our country. This would be if we want to use our filter like I just showed you. Now hold down your left mouse and you'll see a thick blue line appear, and it looks like a little invisible box. Not invisible, but it is, you can see through it. It is associated with your arrow now. So when you move over, it'll be a black line. You can still see your arrow has something flashing attached to it. When you drop, you've now moved your country. So you can see how easy it is to go with filters So you could select all, you could just do Brazil, and then you can bring it all back on. And how easy it is to move. So navigation is really easy in Access, and also the filtering, making changes, and searching for information. That's why they make databases, so you can have huge amounts of information, but they can easily be accessed through queries and filters to find exactly what information you need, depending on what kind of criteria you search for. So now we're going to go to the city field, and in city, we're going to click ascending. So that'd be A to Z. And now we're going to go to the File tab, and we're going to compact and repair again. Now remember, I told you this has to be closed. So let's close this first, and no, you don't need to save the changes. Now go in and compact and repair. Then you'll go back and you're going to save. So you compact and repaired. Now we're going to save database. Okay, save. So you compact and repaired. And save, my save is not, there we go, save and publish, sorry. And I'm going to do a backup again. And again, the backup is just for the chance that you make a mistake. You don't have to start completely over from the beginning. You can go back just to that particular hands-on and work with it. So that's all for hands-on 2, and then we'll go to hands-on 3.